Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Halftime with K Bizzy. And today we have a really cool guest joining us, as usual. We have Elias, who is the founder of FPSHeaven, and pretty much today he's just kind of telling us a little bit about how he went from being a struggling college student that had to bring his calculator to the grocery store to calculate how much money was in his cart in food items, to a very successful businessman, and helps consult people on how to optimize their PC and get their frames up and running right. And he also is a little bit intertwined with the Counter-Strike community, and he knows a lot of really cool figures in the scene, and some of the people he's dreamt of working with, he's actually become friends with and worked with them on top of that. So really cool story today. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing on the video. It absolutely helps me out a bunch. I really appreciate it. We just hit 500 subscribers, so mega thank you guys for that. That's I know it probably doesn't seem like a lot to you guys, but to me it's pretty huge. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all. And without further ado, I think we're going to get into today's episode. So we'll catch you guys on the outro.
Bro, something's happening outside my house. Oh, getting schizophrenic now. Sorry. How you doing, bro?
No, you're good, man. You everything good? You're safe?
Yeah, it's I don't know what's happening. The fucking neighbor is a fucking bastard sometimes. I saw you. I don't know if you remember me. I came up to you actually, and I said, "Are you okay, busy?" And then you were with a couple people, which I don't even remember who they were.
At the party in Texas, you mean?
Yeah, bro. It was on the second. It was on the second fucking small house, you know? A tiny, like a guest house. You were on the right side. You were just drinking beer. And I saw you, because I remembered you. I was watching your fucking videos. And that's how I knew you.
That's crazy,
man. It was
man.
fucking good times, bro. Holy shit.
That was awesome, dude. Austin was absolute, oh my God, absolutely banger. We got this together pretty quickly, so I just want to say thanks for, making time out of your day to make an appearance on the show. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the invite, and as always, you're more than welcome to ask me literally anything, bro.
Okay, perfect. Well, I got looks like we got 10 questions here, so if you're
Sure.
unless you have any questions, we'll just kind of rip right into it.
Go ahead, bro. All yours.
Alrighty, so tell me briefly the story on how you came across Counter-Strike once upon a time.
Well, back in 2008, I had a friend. He was in primary school, and then he showed me this video game. It was like CS, and we went to his local like LAN cafe. We paid like €1 for 30 minutes, and then he showed me like 1.6, and that's how it basically started. The interesting part about it was that I didn't used to use WASD, bro. I used to use the fucking arrow keys. And then I used to crouch with, yeah, I mean, it was the first time playing it was the first time, yeah. And that's just basically how it started. That was a long time ago, almost fucking 20 years at this point.
Arrow keys. Holy shit, I never heard that one yet.
Yeah, I was 8 years old, bro. When were you born? I'm like 25 now.
I'm 26. I was born in 99.
Yeah, almost same age, basically.
Damn, okay.
First time, bro. First time I'm touching a fucking game PC, like competitive. It was Counter-Strike.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I love that.
Yep. That was a long time ago, bro.
So you're obviously the founder of FPSHeaven, which I kind of want to get.
Me.
Yeah. So I want to get more into that later on, but first I kind of want to know more about your years in PC gaming.
Sure.
I remember growing up, we had a pretty bad PC that couldn't really run too many games smoothly. For a while, I was actually on a Dell laptop. It was a piece of garbage. I could barely even keep, above 60 frames on Counter-Strike, but that was my first couple years on CSGO. And, yeah, so we were ripping that, and, you're always finding videos like how to get the best FPS, how to boost FPS, all that kind of thing. So when I found out about the whole you founding FPSHeaven, I was initially wondering, like, did you kind of grow up the same way, kind of having not so great PCs and having to do all of this extra stuff to try to maximize frame rate to make the game like, a good experience?
That's absolutely the case. That's exactly the case. So I'm gonna give you like a brief story. back in 2016, I worked to get my first computer. It was a 4570. Now I don't know how familiar with like CPUs and stuff like this, but I used to have an i5. It was a four-core i5 that used to boost to 3.4. I think it was 3.4 gigahertz. And I had a 750 Ti. Now many people know it. I don't know how familiar you are with computers, but um, that was the beginning when I was like, okay, it can barely run CS, so I gotta do something.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, prior to that, I had a dual core CPU. I used to play 1.6 back then, but it could run 1.6. But my new one, the i5, it couldn't run CSGO very well, so I had to do something. And I obviously couldn't buy an i7 at the time, so I had to go online and like try to find out how to basically boost your frame rate.
Yeah.
And there was a guy back then called Roach. So there's a forum called Overclockers, and this guy made a very long guide about Windows 7 and how to like get more frames. But it wasn't really that, revolutionary. But that was definitely the starting point. It was this one. That's what I got. Like, okay, we're into something now. But back then, bro, I only knew like very basic things, like super super basic stuff. It was just like when I started getting into like the whole tuning thing from like very very small things, and then you just gradually learn more as time progresses, and that's just basically how I evolved.
Okay. And dude, like
Yeah,
the whole getting new PC parts and you finally when you first experienced that
yeah.
like, whoa, this is what PC gaming's supposed to feel like, dude, that is like the most incredible feeling of all time. It's so goddamn nice.
It was my first proper CPU back then, and it used to get like 200-ish frames in CS:GO, and it was like fucking great, bro.
Oh
It
yeah.
was great. Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. Like there was Do you know anything about PCs, like Windows and stuff like this?
I'm not like too technology heavy, but like I've built like probably 3 PCs at this point. Like I know a couple things here and there. I'm not up to date with like, newer components
Yeah.
that are the best on the market. I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
Back then there was I found out a program like through that forum called Throttle Stop, and
Okay.
it was a software application that used to turn off some specific power savings from your computer through Windows, and it was awesome. Well, that was like the shit back then. That was like 2016. I'm sorry, 2016, 2017, that era. I found out about this app, and it just basically drastically helped my fucking four-core CPU. And
Oh
yeah,
hell
that was
yeah.
like, okay, we might be like cooking here. So yeah, baby steps. You can't know everything from the start. You literally anything in life, bro. You have to fuck around and find out. So that's just basically what I did. And as time progressed, you learn more and more, and you just make your life better in any sector whatsoever, like either gaming or PCs or fitness. You just have to start from somewhere, and I started from like basically the bottom as everyone else, basically.
Okay. Awesome. Hell yeah. So I want to talk obviously more about FPS Heaven, and
Yeah.
we'll kind of dabble in Counter Strike and what people are. We all know Counter Strike's got problems. It's nowhere even close to a secret. But I want to know more about like what what kind of what was it that inspired you, I guess, to kind of just okay, today's the day I'm starting my own brand, my own company, and we're gonna help people all around the world try to optimize their computer to play whatever game, whether it's Counter Strike or something, Call of Duty or whatever. What was the thing that pushed you over the line of like, okay, I got to start this brand now, this company? Sorry.
Well, if you think about it, if you want to I'm still basically a freelancer, but under a brand. But if you have to think it properly, you have to create a structure. And that structure will always lead you to creating something bigger. Because if you want to scale, like you can go there by yourself. So you have to create a brand. If you want to succeed, you have to create a brand. And I had like orders in the past through Twitter or through Fiverr. Do you know what Fiverr is?
Yes, Fiverr's awesome, 100%.
Fiverr, Fiverr, yeah, bro. I used to get like $15 worth of orders, and then I would get like $6 in my bank account. It was like a rip-off, bro. But
Oh
I mean,
wow,
that
they
was
tax that hard?
yeah, yeah, bro, yeah. Like they
Ugh.
tax you onto the fucking payout, onto the sale. I know how it is now, but it was like super bad back then.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, anyway, so that chapter ended. Then I moved on Twitter, and then I was like, okay, I have to do something to stop asking my parents for money because my parents couldn't afford to pay for my rent when I was studying. And I was like, okay, it's either do or die. And one thing I knew how to do good was mess with computers and fix stuff. And I did this. And I used to get back home from uni, and then I would start spamming the fuck out of people with messages, either email or Twitter messages. And then when I got a client, I used to get like $10 back then. And I used to beg him, like, please, if you know someone else, just bring him to me. If you like the service, just I would really appreciate a referral. And that grew, that grew, that grew. And then one point, 4 years ago, I was sleeping and then I get a text on my phone from Londers. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I read it and I was like fucking shocked, bro. I was shaking. Keep in mind, back then I was like, bro, I was a very broke student. I could barely pay my fucking coffee. It was really bad. And I saw the text and I'm like, I was fucking shaking, man. I called my friend 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, bro, this guy just fucking texted me. And yeah, I replied to Londers. We had a consultation, and everything started up from there, bro. Like, I will never forget what Londers and Sponge actually did for me. I will never forget it because they gave me a platform and they believed in me when nobody else did. I used to send so many messages, bro, like messages, emails. Nobody would reply. But there was like one time where it actually like it gave fruit, you know.
That's
It was like a
crazy.
breaking. It was the breaking moment, bro. Yeah, it was the breaking moment,
So
and
like,
I did good, and it grew. That was it.
what were you messaging them for? Were you just, trying to get,
Yeah, bro. Cold
yourself
message.
out
Yeah,
there?
you
Like you're
just
like, can I help you
exactly.
guys?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I would message people who had 500 followers and posting CS clips because I knew nobody. Nobody knew me. I was like basically a nobody back then. I wasn't like I had no followers. I had like 100 followers, and then I would just spam as many people as I could with like very basic text, like I am this guy. I do this. If you like my service, just make a post about it on social media, and I will not charge you. Or I would charge like $5 or $10. I don't remember. It was like, depending on the period, it was like long time ago. But the price was like so minuscule. It was like $5 to $10, or either free for like a Twitter vouch. And some of them it worked. I made the initial Twitter posts, and then it gets picked up by the algorithm. And then if you keep repeat doing that, you just basically build a portfolio. Even though it's not that big, you have a foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yeah.
just go based on that. Yeah, you just go based on that, and you build a name. You keep building, and you'll eventually like reach somewhere. As long as you don't fuck it up, you will reach somewhere. Like I promise you. In any business you do, as long as you like be honest and say, I can do this, people will like have faith on you. As long as
Yeah.
you just tell them like, I can do this, I can do that. That's good. If you don't want to work with me, that's absolutely fine. And you need to remember that there are millions and millions of gamers. If you don't get one client, that's fine. Just try to get to the next one, bro. It's not the end of the world. Like that's what I didn't know back then.
Yeah,
That's what I didn't
100%.
know.
And I mean,
Yeah.
back in, like when you're starting a brand of anything, like, and you're trying to get yourself out there, dude, like you have to be annoying. You have to be fucking annoying and just
You
send
have to piss people off, bro.
hundreds. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
obviously there's a
Yeah.
limits in that. Like you can't,
Yeah, of
you got to
course.
stay within limits and stuff, but like
Yeah,
that's what you got to do, man. You got to get your name out there. You got to have
of
people
course.
scrolling and see your name on their screen, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You got to just go 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 go, and you can't get discouraged or you're just going to crumble. That's
Yeah, bro.
so important.
Like the thing is, dedication always wins. Like it's the same thing with the gym. If you keep going every day, you will eventually like grow.
Yeah.
You're not driven. You're not driven by motivation in anything in this life. You have to show up. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But even if you lose, don't get discouraged because that's a lesson. Like I have fucked up so many times, bro. It's insane. Even when I founded FPSHeaven, I did so many mistakes. But you have to be a rational person, and then you have to not have an ego and say, okay, that went wrong because I did this or he did that. How can I prevent this from happening in the future? That's how you grow a business. Okay, everyone makes mistakes, but you have to remain sane, if you know what I'm saying. Be sane and be humble, accept criticism, like valid criticism, of course, and then try to grow something bigger because people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, that's just basically how it is. Yeah, just keep going. Don't get discouraged if you don't get some clients. Bro, I had periods where I had no clients for like fucking a week. It was like empty. But then I had clients in a day that was like 7 to 8 people, But then it was like $15, of course. But still, it was like a shocker for me, bro. I couldn't even
Yeah.
pay my weekly fucking how is it called in English, the groceries without asking my mother for money.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
would go, bro. I went to the grocery store the first time without having to pull out my fucking calculator. Do you believe this? I used to go to the grocery store with a calculator because I just couldn't afford buying what I wanted to buy like comfortably. And
Wow, man.
that was, but that was the initial moment of okay, I'm really grateful for the beginning. Always be grateful, even for the small things in life, because some people don't even have basic necessities, and you go to the supermarket and you can buy anything without looking at the price. That's a blessing, man. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
important.
It's the little things that
Yeah,
we take for granted every day that,
absolutely.
sometimes you gotta go without to realize like how important and how special it is to have access to, even it sounds stupid, but even just like a cell phone or something. How like
Absolutely, man.
95% of people, I guarantee, are like, not thinking about, wow, like I'm so lucky to be able to have a cell phone for whatever. Like it just
Absolutely.
it's the little things like that, man. You got to be appreciative of everything we got because like there's some places in the world that don't have shit. Like
Yeah, yeah. Even in like our countries, bro. Like it's bad for some people because every one of us like on social media, we don't really see the bad side. We don't really see actual humans, who can afford to pay basic things. We just scroll away,
yeah,
and it, we have to get humbled.
for
Like
sure.
some people are not. Yeah, you have to be humble, bro, because what God gives, He can take too. So keep your head down always. I said this to my friends. I had a friend who's like very, do you call it arrogant or ignorant? I think arrogant is the word. He used to be very proudful, and I kind of humbled him with like some some kids who didn't have basic shit,
Yeah.
couldn't walk. Some people don't even get to see the next day. Like, calm
Yep.
down, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
gotta be
crazy, man.
humble always.
So you mentioned at one point on Twitter that you were age 14 and you were watching CS events on your phone and you had
Yeah,
aspirations to either achieve being a professional player or you just wanted to meet some of these people that you looked up to at events. You eventually made it to a point in life where you state that you made friendships and business partners with some of these people that you looked up to. So I was wondering who in the scene was it that I'm assuming it'd probably be Launders and Sponge, but who else
yeah,
was it that
yeah.
you kind of looked up to that eventually you just saw yourself becoming friends and being business partners with these people?
I would mostly tell very friendly relationships with my favorite team, which was NIP, the whole squad, except Zist. I never had the chance to probably talk to Zist, but definitely Get Right, Forest, Freiberg. I met Freiberg like 2 times. Man, it's insane. Like the first time I got to talk to them, like I even pulled out my. I have a custom shirt that I made in 2017. I couldn't buy NIP merch. Okay, I was a student, so I made my own one. And then I went down to my parents' place and I picked it up and I showed it to Forrest. Bro, I was fucking giggling the whole time. It was crazy. It was very, very, bro, it was so nice, man. Like Forest Get Right, Freiberg, who else? Like Draken from the old Nip Squad,
Okay.
Zershun, Guy is Nerds. Robs is one of my very, very good friends, I would say. He's such a nice guy.
Wow,
Right,
man.
so many. It's insane, bro. Bro, you can't even imagine it, man. Like, sometimes I don't even believe I came this far. I'm not even kidding. It feels
Yeah,
like a fucking dream.
sometimes when you take a second and you just look back at everything you've done, it's just like, whoa, like how the
Yeah,
fuck did we get here?
bro. The thing I knew no one, bro. I knew no one. I did this all alone. That's the thing that I really like about. I knew no one, and no one knew me, and somehow I made it. Like that's the thing that I like the most.
And people
I
don't
get the chance
realize
to talk.
most times how hard that really is to just be a complete random and just
Yeah,
work your way into the, talking with people in the industry. Like it's
exactly.
not fucking easy, bro.
Bro, exactly. You have to have a good breakthrough moment, I would say. You'll get one chance and you better not fuck it up.
Yup.
That's what I'm gonna say. Like you don't get this chance every day. I got my chance with Londers back in 2021. I didn't fuck it up, and then Londers, this guy, oh my god, bro, this guy, he worked with me. He made a post about me. I asked him like, can you please do a post instead of just paying me? And what he did was he made the post and then he sent me $200 on my PayPal account without me asking anything.
That's the
And
type of
not
guy he
only,
is, man. He is so generous. He
bro,
is such a
bro,
top lad. Top lad.
bro, this guy even made he made a Twitter giveaway. Keep in mind, this guy knew he didn't know who I was, bro. He knew none of me. Like I'm not even kidding. He has no idea. He had no idea who I was. But he gave me all this chance without me asking for like most of it. I was like super grateful. I'm super grateful. And I told him like when I met him like last year, like you gave me a career, and he's like, who are you? And then I told him again, you gave me a career, and he was like, oh bro, it's you, man. Like how you doing and shit. Like it was crazy. Bro, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
That's
Holy
so
shit.
awesome.
Bro, Sponge did the same thing. Sponge did the same thing. Solanders talked to Sponge the next day, and then he did exactly the same thing, bro. Like these two people were there for me when nobody else was. That's all I'm saying. They gave me a platform when I was nobody, and I will never forget about this. Like in my life, I'll
That's
never forget
awesome.
about this. Yeah, bro.
Sponge really
Yeah.
seems like the same kind of guy as Launders, just a super awesome guy to just talk to and just good guy to have a laugh with. Like I've never talked to him, but he just strikes me as the kind of guy that like if you know him, like you just click with him so well. Like he looks like a really easy guy to get along with.
Last time I spoke to Sponge was like 4 years ago. I think that was my last time I actually spoke to him. Not gonna lie, it was so long ago.
Damn,
But
man.
with Londers, bro, is yeah, we've been in touch like since then. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'll never forget it, bro. I'll never forget that.
Love it,
He's
man.
that fucking guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
really
is.
is. He really, really is. So I want to talk a little bit about CS2 specifically for a minute. The FPS has been a problem since day one for people. Whether it's their components aren't too great in their PC and they're trying to run lower settings just so that they can play the game while it looks like shit. There's some people that don't even have bad PCs and the performance of the game is just not really too good. So I was wondering if you like, because
Yeah.
you're definitely a bit more of an expert in this department than I probably would be. What is it that you think? Is it just like the optimization of the game? Is there something that people aren't really thinking about that's wrong with the game that makes it, harder for people to run?
Well, the big truth is that CS2 doesn't really run that bad. Might come as a shocker to people, but CS2 isn't that unoptimized of a game. It for sure, like, don't get me wrong, like any game that you play can have some further optimizations, either in netcode or the actual core engine itself for more frames. But the vast majority of the people who will complain about frame rate of or performance issues have something wrong inside the computer. Like I'm not even kidding. Like this might be like a trigger some people, but that's the truth. CS2 doesn't really run like poorly, bro. Like that's the thing. It doesn't run that bad. It's definitely playable, but for sure it needs like optimization. Like that's like 100%.
Yeah.
Especially like the network side of the game for sure.
They made a lot
Absolutely.
of
That's
improvements though. They've made a lot of
yeah, of
improvements since the
course.
beta. 100%.
Of course, absolutely they did. The problem is that when you ship a piece of software to like millions and millions of people, it's the same thing with Windows. Like people hate Windows because, oh no, it's crashing all the time, but for other people it doesn't crash, and then you have to wonder like, okay, why does it happen for that guy and not for me? It's the same thing with CS, like, or any other game. For some people it will run poorly because the system are just like straight up just bad, you know. That's the unfortunate reality. But sometimes you just need to have maintain your own system. It's like with a car, bro. Change the oil, change the filter.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta do something like with your computer sometimes. But CS2 is not that bad. Like, it's not, doesn't run that bad. People like to exaggerate a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, and once someone makes like a tweet or a Reddit post or something, then people read that, it gets burnt in their brain. They'll go play and they'll be like, "Oh my god, this game is fucking dog shit," and they'll go do the same thing, and it's just like a
Yeah,
chain reaction of just nonsense sometimes.
yeah. The problem is that people are really attracted to negativity these days. That's the problem.
It's really
The-
that's true, man. It's really really
yeah,
true.
yeah. And I said it like, I'm not the biggest fan of CS2. Like, I like CS:GO more. But
Oh,
if
for sure.
Valve does something that's like definitely drives better performance, like, I'll say, bro, like, that's fucking good. Like, that's good job. But yeah, people really love to shit on CS2, unfortunately. But you know, it has its ups and downs, but we have to remain, positive.
Yeah,
Even though it's
exactly.
hard, okay? It's a bit hard, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not easy. Not
yeah,
easy at all.
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. The thing is, like, Valve, I don't know, were you playing CS in 2017? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I started playing in 2015.
Do you remember back in 2016, 2017, or and 2018, they would like barely like make updates? It was
Oh,
when they
bro, it was
introduced the
so
revolver.
dry. It was so
Yeah,
dry.
yeah, it was really bad. And you would have thought, and he made a very long video about it. Like, they would say fucking nothing.
It's just
But
like there was those little periods in time where it was like you just said too, the zero communication with the community, zero
yeah,
fucking updates, and it's just
yeah,
like, do you guys have a Counter-Strike dev team? Like, what are you doing? What is
yeah,
happening over there, bro? Like, give us something,
yeah,
man. We
bro.
deserve it. We give you guys so much
That's-
goddamn money.
You know what the thing is? Counter Strike was not never a complicated game. You
No,
know,
never.
the fundamentals of Counter Strike were always there. Anything that came with the updates was an extra and wouldn't really affect the core basics of the game, except like economy changes and, okay, whatever. But the actual core gameplay of CS was always working. So that's why I believe they didn't really care that much back then. And even now, like, we have, the guy called Fletcher Dunn. He's working
Yes.
for Valve. He's very active on social media. And it struck me as a surprise. Like, he voluntarily goes online and talks about CS2 with like players, and he gets
Yeah.
shit on, bro, for no reason. Yeah, this poor guy is trying to just help. He doesn't have to do it. Like, honestly, why would he fucking care, bro?
And
Like,
in
but he
reality,
does it.
people should be fucking appreciative toward him because he is
Yeah, of
one of the
course.
only devs that publicly speak to you one on one,
Yeah,
publicly, right? People
yeah,
complain, oh, there's no communication. Valve needs to fucking talk to us, blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
And then this guy, probably out of the kindness of his heart, goes, you know what? We're going to start talking to these people and we're going to,
bro. Yeah,
I'm going to be the one guy to give them what they want. I'm going to talk with them. We're going to get feedback from them and we're going to, and to get to shit on this guy, I mean, no wonder why these people hide in a fucking hole and don't talk to
yeah,
anybody. Like,
yeah.
we're unappreciative and we're disrespectful. Like, we don't deserve
Exactly,
that.
exactly. That's why Mac John disappeared from Twitter as well. Do you remember Mac John?
It's ringing a bell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Mac
not.
John is
Can't put my finger
he
on it.
was he's a Valve for like so many years. I don't his Reddit name is Valve Mac John, I think. But he's the guy behind like the VAC speech, the VACnet speech. Was it VACnet speech? I don't remember. But he made a very long speech about the VAC system back in 2017, 2018. And he was active on Twitter, and then he just disappeared. Like, obviously, like, why? You know, nobody has to be there. It's Fletcher does this because he likes it. He does it for the love of the game,
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he still gets fucking shit on for no reason. Dude just tries to help, and then the people shit on him.
Oh, John
And
McDonald. Is that the guy you're talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I see what you
Did I
mean.
say Mac John? Did I say Mac John?
Yeah, Valve
Okay,
McJohn.
fuck it up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, fucked
That's
that up.
okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, that's this guy. But yeah, at the same time, people like think like, why doesn't Valve talk to us? And then when you have a guy that willingly puts himself in the fire, like get shit on, like, there it is. That's why.
Yeah,
So
it's just disrespectful. Just so stupid.
yeah. It's like I feel like people lack manners, especially in social media.
Oh, because you
People
get to
have too
hide
much
behind your
freedom on
screen
social media.
and, say, fuck
Yeah,
you, you're a piece of shit and all this stuff, and you get to get
yeah,
away with it because you're not face to
yeah,
face with the person that would probably knock your lights
yeah,
out for disrespecting people like that.
yeah. I
So,
think that the biggest problem is that people will complain about things in CS2, but their actual complaint has nothing to do with their initial, problem. Like people will shit on Subtic for something, and then if you ask them what Subtic is, they actually don't know. Or like, we need 120 dig servers, and then if you ask them why, they won't really be able to tell you why. So you need to have uh, criticism that's valid and criticism that's like standing on the truth. You have a basis, for your
mhm.
claim. Like most people don't really do that, especially on Reddit. That's why I stopped visiting this place.
Yeah,
It's just a
Reddit is
cesspool.
fucking
Yeah,
horrible. I hate it
yeah,
so much.
yeah. Reddit was nice in 2016, man. It was nice. It was pretty wholesome. And
Yeah.
then it was so toxic. People would flame each other for like random shit. It was so bad, bro.
Mhm.
So bad. Stay away from toxic stuff. No, keep your cool, bro. Keep your
100%.
cool.
So one thing I
Yeah, but
always remember. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Fletcher is a legend for taking the time to like reply to people.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
I mean, you have to
yeah,
respect that. You just have to.
yeah,
So one thing I always remember growing up, I would always do this. We kind of touched on a little bit earlier. My game
yeah,
isn't running great on whatever game. I'm not even talking Counter Strike here specifically, but my game isn't running great. My PC isn't great, but I know I can run this game. I just need to fix my settings. Which one do I need? You go to Reddit,
yeah,
you go to YouTube, how to boost FPS videos, all of this stuff. And most of the time, those videos were just 10-minute dragged out bullshit videos that people were just making money on. They're
yeah.
just telling you shit that you probably already know, which is frustrating. So I'm curious to know, in comparison to FPS Heaven, what makes FPS Heaven different and more convenient for users to use who are looking to optimize their computers for performance while gaming?
Well, the convenience comes from the fact that you just sit back, you hop on a Google meeting call, and then you just do nothing. You listen to me, you ask me questions, and then we have a dialogue and a conversation, and then I just do everything for you. Sometimes it can take 2 weeks, sometimes it can take a week, sometimes it can take 3 days, but just like any other business, like there are things in this life you can do by yourself, but there's always going to be someone else who spend the time, figuring out what's best for you. Just like the plumber, the electrician, the lawyer, the car mechanic, you can do this by yourself. Like you can do anything by yourself if you want, if you put your mind to, right?
For sure.
um, but you pay someone to solve your problem. That's how you, in my opinion, do good in life. If you know how to solve people's problems fast, then that's awesome. That's just basically it. I do the work for you. You just sit back. We have a conversation. I tell you what to do. You listen to me. Hopefully, because some people don't really like to listen.
I mean, if they're paying
And
you,
that's
they
it.
better be listening to you. What the hell?
Yeah, well, the thing is that some people have very big egos, unfortunately, and I will tell them,
Oh,
if you do this, then that's not gonna work. And then they do it, and something breaks, and they come back to me saying, "Well, it doesn't run well anymore." And I tell him like, "I told you, don't do it, because it's not gonna help you." It's the same thing with like, I hit a guy one time saying, "If I enable reflex, I feel the input lag." Like, bro, it's just crazy. Like I would have people saying, I have 2500 Elon face it. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, bro, obviously I wouldn't tell that to him, but I'm like, let's just be real now. Like, what are you saying?
bringing your fucking
Yeah, like,
face and elo into this conversation.
bro,
How?
yeah. Yeah, like, I get a couple emails from time to time saying, like, yeah, I have 3000 Elon face it. Okay, what the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh
If
my
you win
god.
like 20 games in a row, that doesn't make you an expert in computers or Counter Strike 2. Like, the engine of the game, how it feels.
Yeah, you can you
That's
can
the
click
problem,
heads.
man.
Congrats. Did you want your PC to run
Yeah,
proper?
yeah, but that's the thing. Like this is like I don't know what I'm talking about. And they will say like something completely unrelated to their problem. It's just crazy, man. That's for every business, bro. Like that happens
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
Like
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
That happens everywhere. But just listen to what the other guy has to say, give him the benefit of the doubt, have a conversation about him, and tell him the truth. If he doesn't want to accept it, then unfortunately there's nothing much you can do.
Hmm.
And the thing about me is that I take offense to that. When I tell someone the truth and he keeps like fighting with me, like, bro, I'm literally telling this to you because I'm here with you and you pay me. Like, please listen to me. It's not gonna work. Just like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you come to me for help, but you already know what you're doing. You claim to know
Bro,
everything.
yeah,
What are we doing
yeah,
then? You know?
yeah, bro. Ego is a very big problem. Like honestly, just have a fruitful conversation with the guy that you're paying, and then he'll do your best to like help you. I had a guy one time. He said he had 3,200 Elon face it. We had like 5 consultations. It was a session, but it takes a long time sometimes.
Hmm.
And then when we finished, he said, I have a problem with the game. And then I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. And then we go on a call. And then what he told me was the player models seem smaller. And I'm like, are
What?
you are you like trolling me or something? Or like, are you being serious? And he said, like, I'm genuine. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, that doesn't happen.
Are you on drugs?
Yeah. Bro, he genuinely thought that the players on his server were smaller. Like the models, the fucking agents were
What?
smaller. And I was trying to like, bro, I even took a Photoshop. I took a screenshot of my game. I put it on Photoshop and I compared it to his like screenshot. And we measured the pixels on the same distance. I'm like, look, it's the same thing. And he said like, "Oh, bro, I still don't know." I'm like, "Okay, there's
Oh my
nothing I can do,
god.
bro." Like, yeah, bro. Sometimes it's just crazy. You'll hear like anything,
Oh my
but you
god.
have to be, yeah, just be calm. Be calm.
For sure.
That's just how it is. Sometimes it's a part of the game. But yeah, most of the times it's like super chill. I never really had problems. Maybe like 5 or 6 times, but that's just about it.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Okay.
rare that I will like have actual problems. Yeah, it's very rare. Actually,
Um.
bro, I can tell you like stories with pro players. Like sometimes I just wish I never talked to them, and they're
Oh,
like very
really?
big, bro. They're very big. Yeah,
You
you
don't
know
have to
what I
name
noticed?
drop anybody, of course.
No, 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 absolutely not. Hell no, that would be disrespectful, of course. There's a saying that says never meet your idols.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I had the chance to like actually verify it, but I would be like super surprised, like brother, like why, we did nothing wrong happened on the session. But when you make $25,000 to $30,000 a month and you complain about the $50 invoice, let's just be honest here, bro. Like,
What?
yeah, let's just. It's not about the money, it's just like your dignity and your respect. Like you can't be making 30
Wow.
grand a month and like
A month?
25 grand a month
A month?
and
That's
like complain,
crazy.
bro. Bro, yeah, sometimes it's happened like 3 times, like two, 3 times. But bro, I was like, so like, are you serious now? Bro, I don't care about the money. It's just like, it's about your respect, bro. Like you're a man. Like you're a fucking man, bro. Like
So
be a man.
what was
Like this is how
happening?
it is.
Like he wasn't happy
Nothing. I
with
just
your service, or like I don't get
no, no,
it.
no. Like we had the service. Like with these people, when someone big reaches out, I will give him the option. You either pay or you do a trade. And then two or three people reached out. I think it was two people, like 1.5 year to 2 years ago. I gave them the service. Everything went fine. There was absolutely no problem whatsoever. And then I would get a message saying like, I didn't know I had to pay. And I'm like, brother,
What?
that's like default settings, like you get, you give. This is how the world operates. It doesn't operate on like
What?
charity. Yeah. But I never get upset or I get sad because I knew like things can happen. Like okay, it's a part of the game. I'm not gonna get upset. It is what it is. You know, it's up to your moral. And your status.
Mm-hmm. For
But
sure.
like I would have people. I will never forget this. I would have people who we had a console for like 5 days in a row because his system had like a CPU problem, and then he would like try to give me more money. I'm like, bro, no, I don't want that because you paid for the initial session. I don't want more. You know, never. I'll tell you something in this life. Never accept tips. Never. Do not ever do that. I'm telling you, bro. Unless you're working like a waiter or something, if you sell a service, do not accept tips. Never. I'll give you like this is a life advice. Never do that. But yeah, she'll try to tip me. I'm like, no, I don't want to. You paid for the initial one. Please don't give me more. I don't want that. And he just referred a friend to me, and that was pretty cool.
Hey
But
man,
never
that's just
accept
as
tips.
good. That's just as good.
Yeah,
Getting
but
the reference.
yeah, but never accept tips. Never, never, never. That will lead to like your distraction. I promise you. I did
Yeah.
that one time. I did that one time. Never again.
So a few weeks ago we had Eugenio on the podcast, and I'm sure you're probably familiar with him, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
The spray guy, right? I think he's a spray guy.
yes, yes, he's been doing a lot of
Yeah,
different tests lately.
yeah,
Like he's been on
yeah,
fire. But yeah, you guys both do some testing in CS2.
yeah,
Sometimes similar things, sometimes different things you're testing. I think your posts are typically doing pretty well. So I think that a lot of people are learning about some of the things that you're bringing to the table, if so to speak.
yeah.
I was just more curious, like what are you testing with Counter Strike, and like what have you been finding?
Bro, honestly, it depends on the context. You would have like through the consoles I do daily, some people will have better experience and performance with one driver, and then some with another driver, and then I'm like, okay, I can get some engagement with it, because obviously promote the business, and I will do a test based on that, and then I will try to do, the guy called CS2 Kitchen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I'm pretty close with this guy now, and we're doing some tests with like spraying and how decals and sound affect your performance. And then he found out that if you actually tap on a glass on nuke, you would get less performance than if you tapped on a hard surface. But like, how would I know that? He found out about it.
Sorry, what do you
It's
mean
like
tapped? Like when you're shooting the
so
glass?
if you shoot on the glass, your performance loss will be greater than if you shoot to an object that doesn't have penetration, if you know what I'm saying.
Would that be because the glass is like breaking and it's.
I think so too. And because of the glass has longer sound events, so it has to play more audio than another surface, and that would cause your CPU to do like more processing. But it's on a greater level. Like I wouldn't think about this. But he found out about it. I'm like, bro, like, how did you come up with this? No, he's doing his own thing. But anything related to input lag or frame times or like popular Windows settings or BIOS settings, it's always on the menu. It's always on the menu because some people don't. Not everyone can afford a good AMD CPU, right, or an Intel
Yeah, for
CPU.
sure.
So if you can do some testing and help some people out by just publicly releasing some benchmarks, then like absolutely, man, why not? And you get like engagement, you get like promotion for my business, obviously. But yeah, that's how I do it.
Dude,
Yeah,
it works
literally.
for everybody. It's perfect all around.
Yeah, yeah. People still looking for fucking FPS configs, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Doesn't exist. That doesn't exist.
And like, have you ever been in contact directly with any devs that have maybe reached out and wanted to
Yes.
know, how can we fix this, look for feedback, that type of thing?
Well, a week ago, CS2 followed me on Twitter, and then I reached out and I said, I have a problem about this and that. It was like a network problem that Fletcher talked to me about. I didn't hear back from them, unfortunately. I hope they saw the message. But reaching out to Valve is not easy. What I can tell you is that they read the vast majority of the emails and feedback they receive,
That is true.
but the problem is that you have to sort through nonsense basically and find out what's like truly accurate. So they see things like I can guarantee you, bro. They see fucking most of the things, but they just choose not to say anything. Like
And that's the
literally.
best way to do it because, like, you're just giving yourself too much room for error if
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
someone sends you a shitty email saying that you're an asshole or something. If you go to say something back to him, it takes one screenshot and a Twitter or a Reddit post, and
Yeah.
boom, blown out of the
Yeah.
water completely.
Yeah, yeah. You just have to be respectful, especially if let's say you have find a problem, you want to give feedback. Just make a constructive email. This is the problem. This is how to replicate it, and your contact information. They'll say it. I guarantee you. But sometimes you will have a problem in CS2 that's been like a thing for 2 years, and it's still not fixed, and then you kind of like wonder, like, okay, why? Like, why is
Yeah.
that?
Like, do
Why
they
is this
even
not
know that
fixed?
this is an issue?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Thor made a post, I think it was like a year ago, about a sound bug or something that still hasn't been patched. And I'm like, okay, like, what's the thought process behind this one? Like, why is this
Yeah,
not
like
fixed? Yeah,
that's
yeah, bro, it's
crazy.
crazy.
At one point on Twitter, you described feeling like a lost 20-year-old with no feeling of direction in life. You know,
Good question.
do you finally feel like you found that direction with FPS Heaven?
Absolutely not, bro.
You have
Absolutely
not.
not. No, bro.
That
The problem
surprises me.
is, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Finding your purpose is very hard, especially if you're like in your 20s. Like some people, and especially men, don't even know what they're gonna do in life until they're like 50. And that sounds terrifying if you ask me. Like, honestly, it's terrifying. FPS7 is a stepping stone to something bigger. And I hope that something bigger just grows and becomes more sustainable, because FPS7 is a one-man army. That's the thing. It's a one-man army,
So you
and
still operate completely by yourself.
I would never hire anyone. So
Wow.
this,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like the ship has a captain, and the ship will die with a captain. No
Yeah.
passengers. It's gonna be just me. Yeah.
Damn,
But
dude.
eventually, I feel like I'm just burned out from this. Like it's caused me like so much damage, like both emotionally, and my body's just exhausted from
Yeah.
like stress and panic attack. Yeah, bro. I'm a bit stupid, to be honest, because I don't take care of myself. Yeah, like I would work like sometimes like 20 hours, and then I would get panic attacks because I'm just stupid. That's what I said. But I really hope to do something else in the future, maybe e-commerce or sell FPS Heaven to fund something else. But, as any other business, if you want to succeed in life, there's like levels to this game, okay?
For
And
sure.
if you work by yourself, you do customer service, you get on the calls, you talk with the customers, like that's a problem. Like that's a problem. I thought of hiring someone. I'm not gonna do it, but I hope one day I do very good in e-commerce, if you know what I'm saying, like sell,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Like a product.
either in esports or like women cosmetics. Actually, it's funny, but that's one of the concepts, like women cosmetics, and then gradually just let FPS7 be, a small legacy I left behind.
Hey man,
Although
that's not a bad
I'm gonna tell you
idea.
something. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. If everything goes to plan, in 2026. I will gradually like leave the individual consoles and like go on Teams full time, and then finally like release a product for CS. So I
Ooh.
made I made a small app back in 2022 called Tiny Boost, which I never released. And if everything goes to plan, this app will be published to millions of people. Let's just say
Okay,
that.
this is
But
interesting.
yes, but if God wants it, hey, it happened. If He doesn't, I'm cool with that. So that's my peace of mind, man. Like,
All right.
if I had to tell you something, is don't be stressed if things don't go your way, because there's a greater plan behind this. That's how I keep my mind sane. Okay, this didn't work. I'm gonna think, why didn't it work? And then I'll say, okay, maybe I can do something better. And maybe that next thing you do actually succeeds. You never know. So to the people who are gonna listen to this, like, don't be discouraged if you fail like 3 times, four
Oh, it's
times.
gonna happen.
Okay,
It's absolutely gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah, where something went wrong. Okay, let's re-strategize. Don't get crushed.
Yeah.
That's bad because I did that. Yeah.
Because that's the first thing
Just
a lot of
things.
people want to do. You fail and you make a mistake and you go, ah, fuck, all right, I'm throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
You can't do
Yeah.
that if you want to succeed. You just can't.
Yeah, bro. You have to manage your stress and your emotions, because a man who doesn't know how to manage his emotions will become a byproduct of his feelings. Like, that's a problem. You can't be emotional in business. Like, I learned it the hard way. So um, that's it. Hopefully this goes to plan, and then I start doing things on the side and build something bigger. Except customer service, like, I fucking hate that shit, bro. I'm telling you now. I am done, bro. I'm fucking done. It's just I'm tired,
Especially a
bro.
one
Like,
man team. I mean, if you're doing everything, I could only imagine how burnt out you must feel sometimes.
bro, it's pretty cool to talk to so many people. I've met thousands of people. Like FPSHeaven has 4 digits worth of orders. Like, it's in the thousands, and I've met like people you can't even imagine, like pro players. Like, I've met footballers. I've met like multimillionaires.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's a crazy, yeah, it's a crazy feeling. But when you have like a problematic client, it's kind of like, you're like, fuck, man, I wish I never did this sometimes. It
Yeah.
kind of throws you down. But
Then you're
it's a
like, oh,
journey,
okay,
man.
well, we'll do our 6th consultation about the same thing this Friday. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. But that's a part of the game, man. I signed up for this and I manage it. So hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I will slowly like disappear. Like, my end goal, like, I'm gonna ask you this in the end. Like, my main goal in life is to be financially free, living in the village, in like a small village with like 1,000 people,
Hmm.
with a house, a home gym, a nice car, not expensive car. I'm a moderate guy, and peace, man. I
Yeah.
don't want anything else. I want to be left alone, bro, in this life. I'm not even kidding. I like being alone. I like peace and quiet. I don't like posting on social media. I don't like talking to people on Twitter. I hate it.
Just want to
But I
stay in
have
your
to.
own lane.
Bro, stay in your lane, do your own thing, don't get involved in bullshit. Just be normal and slowly, like, vanish. Like, that's my end goal. And be polite to them, You have casual and respectful, relationships with like everyone,
Yeah.
Obviously keep a distance, but you know, in my mind, I don't know if you had competition, but I never had competition because I always did my own thing. And I think that's the way to approach any business, in my opinion, at least. If you do your own thing, you have your own vision, you have your own product, you know how it works, you have no business thinking about competition. Just
Yeah.
do your own thing. That's all I did, bro. I had no competition. I was myself today and myself yesterday. Okay, what did I do yesterday that was wrong? That's my competition. Make it better today.
Yeah.
Don't go about like researching like competition or fucking other businesses. Just do your own thing, bro. If it works, hey, it works. If it doesn't, it didn't. That's how I did it, at least.
For
Just
sure.
yeah, just try, man. People don't try.
For the outro of the podcast, I kind of like to shine the guest, shine the spotlight on the guest, for one
Sure.
last moment, just to, if there's some projects that you're working on, if there's stuff you want to promote, people you want to thank, anything like that. This is the last, part of the podcast. So have at her and
Well,
say your final piece.
if I had to say something, it would be, without Sponge and Launders giving me the initial like podium to say, let's say, I would be nowhere near, or it would have taken me so like much longer to just do things. Like, honestly, I will be eternally thankful to these people because, as I said before, they gave a chance to me and I took it. And people don't really give chances to other people because they're so skeptical, but they did it, and I will never forget about it, bro. I'll never forget about it till this day. Like, until the day I fucking die, actually, I'll be eternally grateful. Eternally, actually, that's actually more accurate. But yeah, that's it. Just try to do something. Be honest. Say what you can do and what you can do. Put your head down. Write your goals and like be a better man. Like, that's just about it. Like, you have to be a man. You have to sacrifice like temporary pleasure to build something bigger. And like, that's what I did. Like, most people won't really do that.
Yeah, man.
So like, I'm a religious man. Like, I through Christ you can do anything. Like, that's my goal in life. If you believe You put your faith, uphold your faith and say like, I can do this, man. I can do this. And you like put your fucking head down. You'll fucking do it, man. I'm telling you. And I get riled up when I say this because I did it. And I want people to like see me as an example of someone who was a literal nobody to someone who is now less of a nobody, you know? Just try it. Just try, be honest, put your head down and do your best to make your parents and God proud. That's what I have to like tell people. Just do it. You have nothing to lose. Tomorrow you can die. You can even die in like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay? Like nobody in the end of the day, nobody gives a shit, man. I'm telling you now, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So live your own life and do your best to honor God and your family. So that's what I had to say. My final words.
Alrighty, guys, and that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much again for watching. I appreciate it. Mega shout out to Elias for joining us. And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the week here. So we'll catch you guys on next Friday, and you guys have a great week. Till next time, everybody.